Amid protests in Canada, government has issued an advisory. The government of Canada has said, stay vigilant, exercise caution. There is a negative sentiment toward the country. We'll be putting out that statement soon. There, remember, has been a high drama at the Indian mission in Toronto. Khalistani supporters have gathered to protest. And there is a statement that has been put out by the Canadian government. The advisory states, stay vigilant, exercise caution, negative sentiment toward country. But remember, what does Khalistan, the protesters have to do? Because it's Canada itself that's harboring, sheltering, encouraging what they call just this part as a peaceful protest. The fact is, there are, beneath all of this, terror activities, terror recruiting camps and much worse that's happening, and Canada refuses to take action against it.
About 5 protesters representing the Khalistani separatists, more than 50 police personnel and about a dozen journalists. That is the face of the Khalistani protest outside the Indian consulate at Toronto right now, at least at 12 o'clock, which is the time that this protest was supposed to begin. But at the same time, these protesters wearing the face of Hardeep Singh Nijjar, which is and calling him a shaheed, calling him a martyr. This is exactly what India has been flagging with the Canadian government and the Canadian police, that people who India has termed as terrorists, people against whom criminal action is being undertaken, trials are ongoing in India for terrorism, for terrorist activities, they are being hailed as heroes by the Khalistani separatists here in Canada, who are calling them martyrs, who are calling them shaheeds. And there is a very clear anti-Hindu stance to this protest as well, as photos of Indian Prime Minister Narendra Modi and allegations of Hindu terror are being raised by the posters that these Khalistani protesters are carrying. But clearly, even though the Canadian authorities seem to be taking the protest itself very seriously with the massive police presence here, the actual number of protesters here is just about 4 or 5 people who are at the moment, as you can see in the visuals, surrounded by media persons who are asking them questions. There is more police and media than any protesters, at least here at noon outside the consulate office in Toronto. This is Anisha Mathur for India Today.